Hi everyone, it's Jackie here and I'm going to have a go at filming the first part of my video, sort of craft with me tutorial I guess, on how I put the altered bags together with the tags in them. I probably will make some of the tags as well, but we'll start with the bag. I'm also working at a very strange angle, so I don't know quite how this is going to turn out. We'll see how we get on. So this is the type of bag I use. I'd call this an American lunch bag. It's a gusseted paper bag, and it measures approximately 11 by 5 and a little bit. And this is how it comes out of the pack. I think, as I said before, I had 100 of these. Now, I like mine to be 8 by 5, and you can do that two ways. You can glue this gusset down and fold the whole thing up, and you've got approximately 8 by 5 with quite a deep pocket. I tend to leave mine like this. I quite like the shallow pocket, so I'm just going to cut this off at about 8 inches, which is 20 centimetres. So this is where things might get a little tricky because I'm sort of leaning over. I have no idea what the light's going to be like. Anyway, let's go for it. So here's my bag, and then just to make sure that everything is fairly neat and tidy, I glue these little pieces just down like this. I don't worry too much about the whole thing, just the edges here, so I've got a decent pocket. And I'm using Alien's tacky glue for this bit of it. I do tend to use that glue quite a lot, and Fabri-Tac, as you will see. Okay, so that's down. That goes like that. And then I just put my hand in here, just because it tends to be stuck a little bit. So I've got my bag opening, and I've got a pocket here. As I said before, I'm using the Artymaze Nature Walk kit. Well, I called it the Nature Kit. It's called Nature Walk, and I've used some of the journal pages here and cut them down. So I've cut a piece that's 5 inches by 5 inches, which is going to go on here. And that's my first mistake, because I just realised that I glued the pockets down after I've put this bit of paper on, but anyway, we can fiddle with that. And this piece is going to go here. So that covers our bag. I've also inked the edges, and I've used, I think it's walnut stain, but anyway, any of the distress inks will do, and I just ink like this, go around. Okay, so I have done that ahead of time because obviously this is a fairly lengthy process. If I did every single little bit, I think it would be very dull for a start. And although I've lengthened, talking and concentrating, I might have a bit of trouble with that. Let's see. So let's just pop that down there. And I glue it so there's just a little border around. So that's the first part, and then we'll glue the pocket piece on. This glue might be running out, to be honest. And the same here, it just glues so that there's a small border around there. Okay, so that's the front of the bag. I will also cut a piece to go on the back, but I'm going to do that. I might do that off camera. We'll see how we get on. Or have I done it already? Sorry, just one moment. There we go. I have got a piece ready. Okay, so it's a little bit long. Let's just cut little tiny bit off there. Try that. That's fine. Ink across the bottom. Sorry, hope I'm not too close to the camera. And then I'm going to use a different glue for this, just because it's quite a large area and that's running out. I've got this Collall all-purpose glue, just a bit wetter, but actually works really well for paper. I think it's like a thin, sort of thin Fabri-Tac actually. So that's our backing piece done. Depending on what papers I use, if I haven't got enough depth, I'll collage two pieces together. Sorry, knocking the camera. And now we're just going to decorate the front of this pocket. So I've got a piece of burlap and lace here. This was bought like this. Cut it to size. And I'm not really very scientific with any of this. I want it roughly to size, and then I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac to put this on. Definitely can't talk when I'm gluing. If you like a lot of chatter, I'm probably not the person for you to watch, but anyway, maybe I'll get better at that. If I do a load of these. I've done tutorials in the past, but that was more around mini albums. They are on my YouTube if anybody's interested. Now I've got some pearl and lace trim, which I'm going to put in the middle, but I'm just going to put that with one strip of glue like this, just a bead of glue along there. It's probably a little bit much, but should hold it in place. And I don't mind that it's sticking over the edges a little bit. I can trim that. Later. But I'll probably do that in just a second, because this glue does catch fairly quickly. Oh, well, it normally does. I don't know if that's because it's on the Hessian. It's probably what I would do if I had time. I would put a weight on that, because I think it will stick. I'm also going to put this flower on, which I cut off a lace strip. To put that on there, and a little pearl button in the middle, and I would normally use Fabri-Tac for that as well, but I think what I'm going to do here, because the Fabri-Tac hasn't really worked, I'm going to have a go with the tacky glue. I'm going to be quite generous. That may show through a little bit shiny, but I think we'll probably get away with it. Glue that on there. I'm going to use Fabri-Tac for this as well, this little plastic button in the middle there, and I want that pressed down. So what I'm going to do is finish the video at this point. I was hoping to get the handles done, but I think because this isn't working or sticking quite as well as it normally does, I'm just going to weight this all down and come back to it once the glue's dry, and we'll do the next stage at that point. So thank you for watching. Hope this was helpful, and see you all again soon.